So now we have our we have our class 9th NCERT, and we have our chapter 1, that is India, size and location. This is the map of India. So we have our India map. So first of all, we will be talking about the location. So it extends from 8 degree in 4 minute north, 8 degree 4 minute north to 37 degree 6 minute north, from 68 degree 7 minute north to 97 degree 25 minute it's east to 97 degree 25 minutes east. The Tropic of Cancer passes from the middle of this. Tropic of Cancer passes from the middle of India, that is 23.5 degree north from here, roughly like this. This is Tropic of Cancer, divides the country into two equal parts. Towards the southwest, towards the southeast, we have Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Here, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We have Lakshadweep here. Islands here. Towards we have an area of about 3.28 million square kilometer. 2.4% of the total geographical area of the world, bounded by Yangfold Mountains from here to here, that is Himalayas, Yangfold Mountains. It acts like a boundary. Standard meridian passes through here near Mirzapur, 82 degree 30 minutes east, passes through Mirzapur. And it's the standard time, it indicates the standard time of our country. It is a southward extension of the Asian continent, the Trans-Indian Ocean route, which connects the countries of Europe in the west and the countries of east, passes through this strait, passes through the central prostitute. India, the idea of Upanishads, Ramayana, and decimal system was introduced in India. The neighbors of India. We have on the Northwestern side we have Pakistan. Afghanistan touches from here. From here we have China. From here we have Tibet. Here we have Bhutan. Here we have Bangladesh. Here we have Myanmar. Here we have Sri Lanka. Toward the southern end. India and Sri Lanka is separated by a strait known as Pak Strait, and this is called Gulf of Mannar. This is called Gulf of Mannar. Maldives Islands are situated towards the south of Lakshadweep Islands, somewhat here, Maldives Island. So this is our chapter 1. Thank you. So we have our chapter 2, physical features of India. Physical features are found by weathering, erosion, deposition, and many other forces and many other processes. Theory of plate tectonics says, theory of plate tectonics says the earth has been formed from 7 major and minor plates. 7 major and 7 minor plates. The movements of plate result in folding, faulting, and volcanic activity. What is folding? When two plates come and they come towards each other and result into the upliftment of the middle at the junction portion, this is called folding. What is faulting? When two divergent plates move opposite to each other, resulting in a depression, it is called faulting. And volcanic activity, when lava comes from the beneath of the earth, is called volcanic eruption. We had Gondwana land. India was a part of Gondwana land, and it includes India, Australia, South Africa, South America, and Antarctica. When the Eurasian plate collided with the with the Tibetan plate, it resulted into the formation of the Himalayas, and the collision resulted into these sediment rocks which are accumulated at the geosyncline like this. Accumulation of sedimentary rocks and resulted into formation of Himalayas. So now we have major physical features of India. The first one is Himalayan mountains. They extend from Naga Parvat to Namcha Barwa. Naga Parvat. Sedimentary young fold. They are divided into many parts. These mountain range run in west-east direction from the Indus to the west to east. They run like this, west to east. They form an arc which covers a distance of about 2,400 kilometers. It's just like forming an arc. In Kashmir, their width is 400 kilometer. In Arunachal Pradesh, it is 150 kilometer. We have three ranges here. One is the Great Himalayas, second are the Himadris, and the third are the Shivaliks. The upper, the middle, the lower, or the inner Himalayas. Their core is composed of granite. The ranges lying to the south of the Himadris is called Himachal or Lesser Himalayas. No. Himadris are this. Lower or the middle Himalayas. And we have Shivaliks. They are Dhauladhars. Now we have Pir Panjal in this middle Himalayas, the Dhauladhars, the Mahabharat hills. The range has different valleys like Kashmir, Kangra, Kullu. The outer Himalayas are the Shivaliks. And in this Himalayas there are plenty of hill stations in the middle Himalayas. In this Himalayas, Shivaliks, they have a width of 10 to 50 kilometers with an altitude of about 100 and 1100 meters. The longitudinal valley lying between Lesser Himalayas and Shivaliks are called nodes. In this Shivalik Himalayas we have dunes formations like Dehradun, Kotli Dune, etc. Now we have different ranges which Himalayas has. Between Indus Valley and Satluj, Indus and Satluj, we have Punjab Himalayas. Between Satluj and Kali River, we have Kumaun Himalayas. Between Kali and Teesta, we have Nepal. And between Teesta and Dihang rivers, we have Assam Himalayas. The Himalayas bend when it reaches Dihang or the Arunachal Pradesh section, it bends towards the south. So they are known as like this. It bends like this, makes a boundary. So it is known as Purvanchal Himalayas or Purvanchal Mountains. Purvanchal Himalayas. They run through northeastern states and they are strong sandstones. And sandstones are sedimentary. And there are several hills in it. Purvanchal, Patkai, Mizo hills. Patkai, Mizo, Naga Parvat, Naga hills, etc. Now we have our next topic, that is northern plains. The plains formed by different rivers. We have three major river systems in India. First is Indus, starting from the west. Indus, Ganga and Brahmaputra. They carry sediments from the from the cutting of the mountains, and they deposit to a farther place which is a flat land, and that is called plains, and that are alluvial deposits. And the deposition is generally done on the base of the Himalayas. The plain is 240 to 320 kilometer broad. The the rivers deposit silt, contain silt, they deposit it on a farther place. And we have different plains. Western part, starting from the west to the east, western part we have Punjab plains. Majority of them lies in Pakistan, formed by Indus. They are formed by Indus. And Indus has 5 tributaries: Chenab, Jhelum, etc. And in Indus has 5 tributaries: Chenab, Jhelum, Indus, Rabi, Beas, Satluj. So they have river system of 5 rivers. This was the Indus, the main tributary. So the plains are formed between 2 rivers, and these plains are called Doab. The plains formed between 2 rivers. We have different here. Now we will be talking about Ganga plains. It extends from Gaggar to Teesta, covering majority of the portions of India, covering different states. The rivers come from the mountains and deposits the silt or pebbles or stones on the foothills of the mountains. So we can say that these slopes lie parallel to the Shivaliks, because Shivaliks are the lower Himalayas or the outer Himalayas. So these rivers are formed along the Shivaliks. These plains are formed along the Shivaliks. They are 18 to 16 kilometer wide. The deposits region, and this is known as Bhabar region, where the deposition takes place and the river becomes silent. It is called the Bhabar region. Towards the south from the Bhabar, we have swampy and marshy land, which is known as Terai. So we can summarize: there were mountains, here rivers become silent, this is the Bhabar region, and towards the south we have the Terai region, where the streams reoriginate. The soil contains calcareous deposits known as kankar. Calcareous deposits. So we are talking about deposition. So the newer depositions are called Khaddar, and the older one are called Bhangar. Now we will be talking about peninsular India. Peninsular, a large portion of the land surrounded by water on its 3 sides, like India to the deep down south. This is the peninsular land. We have different portions here: Central Highlands, Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Western Coastal Plain, Eastern Coastal Plain. And here also some Malwa portion. It is a tableland just like in the form of a table, composed of old crystalline igneous and metamorphic rock. It is mainly formed by volcanic eruption. And it is the oldest landmass. Here, this is the Malwa Plateau, known as the Central Highlands. We have the Vindhyachal ranges, which separates the Central Highlands from the south. In the northeast, we have the Aravalli. The Delhi Ridge is an extension of Aravallis. The rivers which flows from these regions are Chambal, Sindh. They are not perennial. Betwa, Son, Kane, Son. The Central Highlands are wider in the west but narrower in the east, like this. It's just like this structure. Central Highlands. The eastward extension is called as the Bundelkhand Bundelkhand and Bagelkhand region. The Chota Nagpur Plateau is the eastward extension, and it contains several mineral deposits. We have the Deccan Plateau, which is triangular in landmass, lies to south of the Vindhyachal ranges and Narbanda rivers. It has its northern boundary at Satpura. The Kamur Hills, Maikal ranges in the eastward. Kamur Hills. In the western portion, it goes to Malwa, and it has a northeastern extension also in the form of Meghalaya Plateau, Khabi Anglong Plateau, separated by Chota Nagpur Plateau. And in this, three ranges are Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. Garo, Khasi, Jaintia. Now we will be coming to the next thing: Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. The Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, parallel to the western coast, parallel to the eastern coast, and then we have passes on the western coast. We have Thal, Bor and Pal passes. It extends from the west to the east, so we can say that Western Ghats are higher in elevation than the Eastern Ghats. So the Eastern Ghat stretches from Mahanadi River, which is in Odisha, to the Nilgiris in south, and Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats meet each other at Nilgiris. Eastern Ghats are depositions, so they are not continuous and irregular, dissected by rivers draining into bay. Now we will be talking about the peaks. Western Ghats highest peak is Anamudi, Doda Beta, and in this Mahendragiri in Eastern Ghat. Here we have Javadi Hills and Shivoi Hills, which are the hill stations. In this portion we have plenty of black soil, which is called Deccan Trap. Black soil regions, which is called Deccan Trap. Here erosion takes place, here sedimentation takes place or deposition takes place. On the Western Ghats we have erosion. Western Ghats we have erosion. Eastern Ghats we have deposition. So that's why we have ports and harbors on the Western Ghats more than the Eastern Ghats. Now the next topic is Indian Desert, which is also known as Thar Desert. Thar. It has rainfall below 150 mm per year. It lies on the western side of Aravalli ranges. Like we have this on the western side here, western side of Aravalli ranges. The eastern extension of this Thar Desert is the Delhi Ridge. It has an arid climate because the rainfall is too low. Vegetation cover is also low because scarcity of water. Luni is the only river here. Luni. We have crescent formed dunes, the small hills of sand, which are called barchans. Crescent form dunes, crescent form hills, sand hills, or dunes. We can say dunes. Now we have coastal plain. They are the Western Ghats. They are the Eastern Ghats. The plains formed between this Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats are called Western Coastal Plain. Western Coastal Plain on the coast side. And similarly, between the Bay of Bengal and the Eastern Ghat are called the Eastern Coastal Plain. So we have some bifurcations in Western Coastal Plain. Here we have Mumbai and Goa, that is Konkan Plain. Then southwards we have Kannad Plain. Then in Kerala we have Malabar Plains. These are narrow in comparison to this. They are wide. This is the Coromandel coast. And there to the northern side we have Northern Sircar Plain toward the Odisha region. We have rivers like Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. Lake Chilka is in Odisha. It is an important feature of Eastern Coastal Plain. Now we have islands. What are islands? Islands are small portions of land surrounded by water body. India we have two islands, Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. So Andaman Nicobar are towards the western side of India, lying close to Malabar of Kerala. In this we have coral reefs. Lakshadweep are also known as Lakadweep, Minikoy. They are small fragmentations of Lakshadweep Islands, and now they are collectively known as Lakshadweep. Kavarati Island is the administrative capital of Lakshadweep. The Piti Island is uninhabited and is a bird sanctuary. Andaman and Nicobar as compared to Lakshadweep are bigger islands. They are bigger in size and numerous and scattered. They are divided in like this. We have Andaman and we have Nicobar. It is like this. These islands are close to the equator. They have active and there is active volcano in Andaman, which is called the Barren Island, and it is the only active volcano in India. Close to the sea, equatorial climate. So we had our chapter 2. Thank you so much.